Hey everyone, welcome back. This is my review of Servant X Service episode 11. I believe, yep, episode 11, entitled "Beware the Sweet Trap That Tries to Lure You In." Yutaka is still trying to avoid Lucy after that confession an episode ago. Lucy tries to talk to him and look for him, but everyone says he's just lacking around somewhere. Kenzo finds her later and accompanies her to go look for him. In the process, Kenzo was accidentally sold as a stuffed toy at the outdoor bazaar outside the city hall. He is recovered just in time when the girl who bought him immediately grabbed the substitute stuffed bunny because it was cuter, much to his chagrin. Later, as Yutaka tries to hide by eating his lunch at the rooftop, he finds Lucy in there eating bread crust for lunch, hoping that she would find him in there. As he gives her the sandwich, he has Lucy explain her actions back then, her being not used to men being around her, basically because guys always made fun of her name when she was little, which I still don't understand. And when in high school, she went to an all-girls high school, and throughout her life her friends always warned her about men, so basically she's just not used to being around men. Meanwhile, Saya, while trying to psych herself up before her date with Joji, decides to go into town on her day off, where she weirdly comes across everyone in the office: Lucy, Megumi, Yutaka, Taishi, and even Kanon and Kenzo and Mrs. Tanaka herself. And that her talk with Miss Tanaka is kind of how she got her date with Gioji in the first place. Yutaka hears Gioji's date with Saya when Saya consulted with Megumi and Lucy, so he warns him not to do weird things to her. During the date, they talk of nothing but Yutaka, so when Saya tried to change the subject, she becomes amused when she finds out he can't talk about anything familiar other than his rival, and before he could talk about certain regrets, Saya fainted after taking a sip of red wine. She later finds herself being carried by Gioji quite a distance from the restaurant. He said he had fun during the date and asked her for another one later, to which she agrees. The next day, amidst a hangover, she tells Yutaka that Gioji is fine and he's not involved. And that sums up what happened in this episode. Alright. So yeah, now, first off, I did have a bit of a problem with this episode. Actually, a couple problems, but I do want to say, though, I do think it's the best episode in the series so far. Like, the series started out really, kind of boring, I honestly think, but I'm glad I gave it a chance, because it's actually turned out to be really good, I think, now. Alright, now let's get into my two problems with this episode. Except for, obviously, the animation, which has been pretty, for the most part, pretty poor from the beginning. So aside from that, obviously, two problems I have in this episode. First off, that one scene where where Saya meets Taishi on the street, and she basically her words alone, she seemed to be physically hurting freaking Taishi as she talks about his girlfriend and whatnot, and it's like, I honestly felt sorry for him. I did not like that scene at all, and also the scene with Saya and, or not Saya, Lucy and Yutaka on the roof. It was the same thing with Lucy and Yutaka. Like, seriously, I felt even more sorry for Yutaka there. So yeah, I did not like that scene at all either. However, something good did come out at the end of that scene. It seems that Yutaka's character is starting to develop at least a little bit, hopefully, because he says, you know, he's starting to regret all these times he's been slacking off. So hopefully that goes somewhere in the next episode, which is of course the last episode. Alright, I hope it does anyways. I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't, but I really hope that does go somewhere, because, you know, character development in a slice of life series, what the fuck is this, you know? So yeah, anyways, overall, hope you enjoyed this review, guys. See you guys, thanks for watching, bye bye.